Welcome on our community channel. This is Emma. This show brings individuals who are making positive impacts in the lives of refugees and migrants in different states around the nation. Today we are in Texas.
Yes.
Right? That's where we are. So today's guest will be talking more about herself and what she has been doing for the past years. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. It's an honor.
Thanks. Thank you for accepting to be on my show.
Of course, it's an honor to be here.
Yeah. Tell me more about you. Like, who are you, and where do you come from?
Who am I?
Yep.
Okay, so my name is Sharifah Shakirah. I am from Burma, a state called Arakan in Burma, a community called Rohingya. So I am Rohingya myself. My people, as you know, they are facing persecutions, genocide for many, many decades.
Yep.
So because of those persecution, because of the genocide, at the age of 5, I was forced to leave my country and seek refuge in Malaysia. So I was a refugee in Malaysia for 21 years before I came to United States.
Wow, 21? You said 21?
Yes.
21 years
Yes.
in a refugee camp. And you left home when you were 5 years old.
Yes.
You left with your parents or by yourself?
Again, there's another story.
Yeah.
So in Burma, our birth certificate. So in Burma, our nationality, the citizenship, it's been confiscated by the government.
Yeah.
So it's mean we are made stateless within our country. So if you want to move to another place or travel outside of the country, it's very impossible, right? If you want to move within the country, you have to get the permission letter from the government. But we were trying to flee the country to save our life, right? So they would not give us the permission letter, and we are not allowed to go out of the country. So what we have to do? The only way is to be trafficked or to be smuggled into another country. So in that process, family gets separated.
Yeah.
It's just like
Through
mine.
smuggling?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
smuggled into Malaysia. My family, my brother, my sisters, my brother, and my mom were separated. So we have to cross the border individually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you ended up reconnecting?
Yes.
Or, okay.
So-
After how long?
I think I was reunited with so it took like, for me and my siblings, it took like about 1 month difference to reunite again in Malaysia with our father. But then my mom, it took several months.
Okay.
Yes.
But now who were taking care of you? It's just like a baby. 5 years, that's like a kid.
It was difficult because I go through a lot of abuses in the house that I was living.
Yeah.
It's a very tough childhood that we had because of what happened in the country, because we were separated and we were seeking refuge. So life was hard. But again, when my parents, my mom, we as a siblings come together, we reunite again. Life show us a different path.
Yep.
The day start, like what I will say, like, how from the night it become a day.
Yep.
How the light start getting brighter.
Yep.
So our life get brighter slowly.
Slowly. Okay.
Yes.
So you were in Malaysia for 21 years.
Yes.
How was the life?
Life in Malaysia was tough.
Yeah.
Because refugees, like many countries in Asia, refugees are not recognized in those countries. Malaysia is one of the countries that do not recognize refugees. They are not signatory to refugee UN convention.
Oh, they did not sign the UN convention,
No.
Malaysia.
No.
Okay. So they are not part of this.
No. So because of that, they don't allow refugee kids to go to school, refugee to work, or access the healthcare, like very difficult. And at that time, people were not so much aware about refugee crossing borders, the situations of refugee, why someone become refugees. Many people don't understand. Even today, we are struggling to teach people create awareness why a person left the country, like
Yeah.
why a person become refugee. So at that time, for me as a refugee child to live in the country, it was difficult because I was called as illegal immigrants instead of refugee.
Yeah.
And I don't have friends because I don't speak the language. I came from village and it is a town, the way I live, and it's different. They live it different. It's a struggle, but again, we have to push ourselves, to be able to adjust the culture, to able to make ourselves to be accepted in the
In the
community.
community.
So we work hard, and but the fear of being judged is still there.
Yeah.
I mean, I still have it even today.
Yeah.
So because of everyday's challenges.
So you, speaking of language, what are the languages that you were speaking back home, and then moving to Malaysia? What was the language?
So I was speaking mostly, our language is Rohingya.
Yep.
I was speaking Rohingya with my parents in my village when I was very young.
Yeah.
And then I was living in Yangon, our capital. In that place we speak in Burmese, our national language. So I was speaking mostly Burmese because then I grew up speaking Burmese. And when I came to Malaysia, I was speaking Burmese and a little bit of Rohingya. The people in the country speak Malay. So it's very different language.
Very different.
Yes.
Oh, wow. So now, staying in Malaysia for 21 years, what kind of support did you receive, and who were supporting you? What kind of organizations? Or like just community?
So when we first came to Malaysia, there was not many NGOs or social services that are available. The only agency that available to help refugee was UNHCR.
Yep.
And through UNHCR we get UNHCR refugee card.
Yep.
But again, with that card, because the government is not recognizing the refugees, we cannot go to school, we cannot work. The card actually just say that you are a refugee, but it doesn't do anything, not even a protection. Because again, you get arrested and put in the prison and get deported as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so no services, nothing.
Wow. So when did you left from Malaysia to US? Is that like from Malaysia to US?
Yes.
What a dream.
Yes, but coming to United States, it's a dream.
Yeah.
Because since, as you heard my story, since I was young, since even maybe I was born, I was never accepted by my country, right? We always been chased out, and we always been called names, always been discriminated, always struggled to being recognized.
Yeah.
Coming to United States is give me that recognition, is give me that freedom to call myself who I am.
Yeah.
And to give me a right to speak. I get citizen 2 months ago.
Wow,
So
congratulations.
Thank you. I'm a US citizen.
Wow. After being here for how long?
Just 5 years.
5 years.
Yes.
So that means you came a few years ago.
Yes, I came in 2019.
2019, that's
Right
when
before
you
the
arrived.
COVID. Before the COVID.
Before the COVID?
Yes.
So you were hit by COVID?
Yes, here.
Ah, okay, I see. Right, now coming during that time of COVID, how life was?
Life in US, when I first came, to be very honest, I've been welcomed by people here. They give me a US flag and say welcome to your home.
Yeah.
It feels really, really overwhelmed. It feels really, that is the feelings that I was looking since I was young, right?
Okay.
To be accepted, to be welcome. I'm very happy and blessed to be among one of the luckiest people to enjoy the freedom of the world.
Of the world.
But the life, it's difficult because even though you have all these rights, all this freedom, you are living into a very new country, very developed country.
Yeah.
When I left my country, I have to restart my life in Malaysia. I have to build myself to be recognized, to be someone that people will accept me, right? To be among them, example. And then when I left Malaysia, I have to leave everything behind, every hard work, every efforts, everything behind, and come to United States and restart my life.
Wow.
rebuild everything, rebuild new identity, rebuild the confidence, rebuild every single thing. So it's hard.
Yeah.
And I'm still struggling, right?
Yeah.
And but again, it's called life.
It's life, right?
It's never ending
It
journey.
takes so much. You arrived through which state?
I came to Texas.
Texas.
Yes.
This is your home.
This is my home.
How do you find Texas?
My parents came here before,
Yeah.
3 years before I get resettled.
Yeah.
So I chose to be with my parents.
So your parents came before you.
Yes, 3 years
What
before.
made you come after?
No, because I got married.
You got married.
So the UNHCR say, you know what, you got married, you stay behind.
With your husband.
He's with me here.
Okay.
So that's why I was left behind.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, I think everything happened for a reason.
Yeah.
The reason I was left behind, I think it was to serve my people. In that 3 years, I have built an organization called Rohingya Women Development Network. It is our first.
Rohingya, hold on. You built our organization.
Yes.
Is that our organization, right?
Yes.
In
Malaysia.
In Malaysia.
Yes.
Rohingya Women Development Network.
Yes.
What is the short term of it?
RWDN.
Wow, beautiful. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that. So you built the organization back in Malaysia. What was the reasoning behind?
Okay, so in 2012 there was a huge crackdown happen in my country, in my village. A lot of people was killed. They were burned alive. Children was thrown into the fire. People were forced to leave their country. So many things was going on, and since then, 2012, only the world start to recognize that there is a people called Rohingya. Before that, nobody knows the existence of Rohingya. And then in 2015 and 16, because of the continuous genocide, many Rohingya young girls, of course men as well, they get onto the fishing boats and they cross the borders through Malaysia, through Thailand. Before they arrive in Malaysia, in Thailand mostly, a lot of women was raped, tortured, and detained. And when they arrive in Malaysia, they have no support.
Yeah.
They some of them pregnant, some of them have no family members. They are lost, and it's been very devastating, to see those things. And then, unfortunately, there is no organization also that
Can support
providing support to these victims. So I felt a call that I felt that it is very important that instead of we are asking non-Rohingya speakers to come to the community and speak with them, we be the translator and try to provide the services. It's taking too long.
Yeah.
It's taking too much of efforts to provide those services that immediately needing it.
Yep.
So I felt that why don't we, as a woman, we organize and we have our own organizations that will provide direct services to the women, which will save a lot of resources and also will bring the effectiveness of the work faster.
Yeah.
So that's how we have that organization, and through that organization we have been really focusing on building women leaderships in the community, because it's very important that men and women sit in the table and make the decision for the community.
Yeah.
And it's also very important because our mothers need to be educated, our sisters need to be educated, our daughters need to be educated, because then the education will be passed to another generations.
Yeah.
And it's very important. And I feel that one of the reason Burma government could destroy Rohingya because of the lack of
education.
Yes. So that's one of the reason. And the other things that we do is we provide skill training to the women so that they are able to support themselves financially. They are able to build that confidence and the independency that they are somebody in their family, in their community, and they should also have a voice. Also, education is important, speaking, literacy classes is important, to give a tool that she can go forward and communicate. It's very important.
It is,
right? It's a voice that you need for yourself, for the world to hear who you are.
Yeah.
And on top of that, the other important work that we do is advocacy. We advocate for what's happening in Burma. We advocate for the refugee rights. We advocate for women's rights, and we advocate for what's going on because the genocide have to be stopped. The Rohingyas' rights, which been snatched by the government, have to be given to us back. We have a right to call ourselves Rohingya. We have a right for the freedom, and we have to fight for it, and we will be fight for it forever till we get it, inshallah.
Until you win. So this organization was established by you back in Malaysia.
Yes.
How long is that?
It is end of 2016 we established the organization.
And you moved to United States
2019.
2019, and this organization is still in operation.
Yes.
And you're here and you're
Yes.
operating it.
So when I left the country, I was very nervous because the organization, it's very important for the community. It is a tool that women needs, a community needs, to be empowered and to come forward and to be visible. I'm very, very nervous to leave, but the women that I work with, all
Very
of
strong.
these, they say that don't worry, we are here. You go forward, and when you're strong, come back, and we will build each other up.
Okay.
It was very difficult for me to live, to be very honest. Then I left. So, but this woman made me so proud, so proud, so proud that the same women who've been trafficked, who have domestic violence, who never go out of the house, they are going to the parliament, they are attending meetings, they are going to the UNHCR events, they are working in the community. They are the leaders. They don't need me anymore.
Wow.
And I feel like that is the power of RWDN, that it doesn't, we hold each other hands until we are capable enough to move forward. And RWDN is very proud to be part of that. And I feel that, I think it's not that I empower them, I feel like they empowered me.
They do. They did. Thank you. What are the challenges of the organization?
So now in US, we are 501c, we are non-profit in United States. So the challenges, it's of course, community-based organizations always lack of fundings. You can never, we are the main force that actually doing the work in the ground.
Yeah.
Because we are providing direct services, we are in the community, but the sad reality is the funding doesn't come to us. It's go to the big organization out there, provide good pictures, big reports, they go to them. And we don't get the money to do our work. And that's the saddest part. But again, we don't give up because we know the importance of the work.
Yeah.
So the challenges, I will say the first thing is the funding. The second thing is, of course, lack of resources. There's a lot of resources out there that are available, but it's not
available to your organization.
Yeah.
Understand.
Yeah. And I think if we have more resources, we can do more.
Okay.
And there are other challenges like, challenges in the community, this and that. Those things we can, face it.
You can navigate it.
Yeah.
How about yourself? How are you doing personally? Feeling United States has welcomed you, given you freedom, and right now you got family, right?
Yes.
You have a husband. You have kids.
I have 2 babies.
2 babies.
Both are US citizen. They are
beautiful.
They are born with a US citizen, like they are by-born citizen, not like my. I'm very proud of that.
Yeah.
It's because they will be able to call themselves among the human that call human, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm very proud of that. Of course, life in US, it seems beautiful. We see the big buildings, this and that. But again, you have to work really, really hard to support yourself. Really hard. For me to work for my community, to work for myself, it's very difficult because you cannot, in US, you cannot do both because it's very difficult. But again, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to do. Yeah. I'm going to build myself financially strong. and also as someone stronger for my people that they can look after and be inspired. And it's not because I want people to look at me as a good person or something. It's because I think it is important that the community sees someone that they can look and then see the mirror and then say that, you know what, I can be better than that person.
Yeah.
That is important because you need examples in community.
Mhm.
You need role models in
You need
community.
the people to inspire.
Yeah.
Inspirational people.
Yeah, because I want my community to be known like other community in this world. You know,
Yeah.
like every conference that I've been attending since yesterday, I have not seen Rohingya name, and it's sad. It made me sad because our name also should be mentioned,
Somewhere, yeah, I
right?
think.
But it's not. So I cannot just sit in a corner and say that why my name is not there, why my community name is not there. Instead, I need to push myself, say that, you know what, in one day our name will be there and we will have hundreds of representatives attending the same meetings. And for that, we need to create role models. For
Yeah.
that, we need to keep working. And that's what I'm going to do.
Perfect. What is the message to women, Rohingya women? Tell them something.
I
I'll be
think
here.
that we as a woman, we have so much of capacity to build ourselves, to build our family, to build our community. Don't look down at yourself and don't feel overwhelmed. It's good to be feel overwhelmed, but don't feel discouraged and just feel like you are nobody. If you really look into yourself, you can achieve so much in your life, so much and so much. When you just choose to not give up, the universe will guide you and be there with you and lead you to a place where you never thought you will be there. So keep believing yourself, never give up, and be the beautiful you are, the strongest you are, the bravest you are. And for the youth out there,
Yep.
you are the future. You are the future of our community. You are the future of the world. So please, please, please don't forget your roots. Don't forget who you are. And it is your responsibility now that you bring our name to the next level and make our name visible, as big as other people in this world. And let's fight for our rights together.
Thank you. There are people that I'm looking, push, I told you, one of my friend, which is Yasin.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the people, the young people that I'm looking at.
They're beautiful. They're strong
beautiful.
people.
Yeah.
Yes. They are also pillars of our
Of
community.
the community.
Yes, and we need more of those people in the community.
Thank you very much. It was
Thank you.
nice having you on the show. Unless if there's something you want to air out, when people want to check out your organization, where can they find you?
Sure. You can you can Google us. It's called Rohingya Women Development Network. So you can go to our website. It's called rohingyawomen.com. And you can find more information about us.
Please check out and support where necessary. And stand with women. This is Women Empowerment Group, right?
Stand with women, stand with